No Limit Hold'em, also known as Texas Hold'em, is a poker game where players receive 2 cards. The objective is to make the best 5-card poker hand using 2 whole cards and 3 of 5 community cards. Before we get started, here is a quick breakdown of poker hand ranking from highest to lowest. Royal Flush. This is poker's most famous hand. A royal flush cannot be beaten. It consists of the ace, king, queen, jack, and 10 of a single suit. Straight Flush. 5 cards in a sequence of the same suit. In the event of a tie, the highest rank at the top of the sequence wins. 4 of a kind. 4 cards of the same rank, and 1 side card or kicker. In the event of a tie, the player with the highest side card, kicker, wins. Full House. 3 cards of the same rank, and 2 cards of a different matching rank. In the event of a tie, the highest 3 matching cards win. Flush. 5 cards of the same suit, not in sequence. In the event of a tie, the player holding the highest ranked card wins. Straight 5. Non-suited cards in sequence. In the event of a tie, the highest ranking card at the top of the sequence wins. 3 of a kind. 3 cards of the same rank, and 2 unrelated side cards. In the event of a tie, the player with the highest, and if necessary, second highest side card, kicker, wins. 2 pair. 2 cards of matching rank, 2 cards of different matching rank, and 1 kicker. If both players have an identical 2 pair, the highest kicker wins. Pair. 2 cards of matching rank, and 3 unrelated side cards. In the event of a tie, the player with the highest, and if necessary, second or third highest side card wins. High card. Any hand that does not qualify under the categories listed. In the event of a tie, the highest card wins, such as Ace High. Gameplay begins in a clockwise direction with the dealer. Directly to the left of the dealer are 2 forced bets, known as the small blind and the big blind. The big blind is double the amount of the small blind and is also the minimum bet at the table. The table stakes define the small and big blind values. Once the blinds are posted, the players are dealt 2 cards one at a time, starting with the small blind position. These 2 cards are known as hole cards. Once the hole cards are dealt, the first betting round called pre-flop begins, and players make their first decision on whether or not to play their hand. Since the small and big blind have already committed chips to the pot, the first action begins with the player seated left of the big blind position called under the gun. If a player wishes to play their hand, they must either call and match the previous bet amount or raise by at least doubling the least aggressive action. A player can also choose to raise all in, betting all of their chips in turn at any time. If a player decides against playing their hand, they simply play and forfeit their hand to the dealer without having to sacrifice any chips. Once the pre-flop betting round is complete, the dealer reveals 3 cards face up at the center of the table, known as the flop. The flop consists of 3 community cards that all players can use in combination with their hole cards. After the flop is dealt, the post-flop round of betting begins. This round begins with the first remaining player to the left of the dealer. When a player is in the first position, they have 3 options. Option 1 is to check and pass the opening action to the next player. Option 2 is to bet an amount at least equivalent to the big blind, and up to all of the player's chips or all in. Option 3, while not advisable, is to fold in first position and simply pass the action to the next player. Should the first position make an opening bet, all of the following players can elect a fold, or they must either call or raise a turn to stay in the hand. If the first position and all following players check in turn, then the post-flop betting round is complete without an opening bet. At that time, the dealer then reveals the 4th community card, known as the turn. The post-turn betting round begins thereafter, and player actions are identical to the previous round. The dealer then reveals the 5th and last community card, known as the river. The final betting round, known as the showdown, then takes place. Upon conclusion of all wagering, all remaining players in the hand reveal their cards, in turn, beginning with the last aggressor. The winner is the player with the best 5-card hand made with any combination of the 7 possible cards, the 2 hole cards, and 5 community cards. Thank you for watching our video tutorial. Now that you've learned how to play Texas Hold'em, come test your winning skills live at the Tilt Room, Bangalore.